Are we live?
We're live, baby.
We're live. Well, hello, new friends. Welcome to a technically new adventure. Oh, my phone is also super loud right now. That scared me. Um, we welcome to a technically new adventure with the folks here at Levels Madness. We normally play a Friday game where Jess is our DM, but we started playing this game a decent amount of sessions ago. I just kind of wanted to start getting my dipping my toes into DMing, and we have really started to love these characters in this story. So we wanted to share it with all of you guys, whoever wants to come along and join us. So we're super excited. It's technically a new session, but we have been playing for a little bit of time. So I will give you a brief recap on some of the things that we've been up to, some of the things that have been going on. This is based on the Dragon of Icespire Peak module. But you will definitely notice that I've definitely taken some creative liberties with where the story's going, who we're meeting, what's going on. So it should be, if anyone is familiar that is, watching or listening, is familiar with Icespire Peak, it should be pretty different from what is in the module. But it was a good jumping off point, and it's been a lot of fun to play. So the story takes place on the Sword Coast, which is what we're looking at now. General premise is that a young ice white dragon has relocated from the north. It was pretty much bullied down south by older and meaner dragons. It has relocated here in the south in the Sword Mountains, which has caused quite a bit of turmoil in the area. It's reintroducing a wolf into an ecosystem where it's going to kick up a bunch of different species and going to disrupt migration patterns. That has happened, but except with a dragon. So on a large scale, the whole ecosystem of the Sword Coast has been kind of thrown a little topsy-turvy. During this time, Cryovane, he is the Ice White Dragon. He is moved into the Sword Mountains. We have found that a small town of Phandalin has drawn all different kinds of folks. It has been kind of a hub of adventurers. It's kind of a passageway through from some of the other major towns. So it's attracted quite a different kinds of people or kinds of folks that are looking for adventure, looking for to help out, looking to kind of learn new things. Fanlin's been kind of the draw for that. So we have seen our group of folks on their very first outing, unfortunately, run into Cryovane. Their very first adventure as little baby level ones.
We were level 2.
They were level 2. I accidentally dropped a dragon on them.
And we all lived.
We're fine.
There were no fudged rolls.
None at all. Y'all definitely were not supposed to take like 4d8 of ice damage. That is not at all what happened. Instead of just 8 ice damage. Y'all spent some time. He headed down to Umbridge Hill to save our friend and local alchemist Adabra, or Blabra, who was having a very rough time with a manticore who actually turned out to be very emotionally intelligent.
He's a nice guy.
He's a nice guy. The manticore actually turned out with some very high persuasion rolls. Y'all actually ended all up having a lovely barbecue with Barbara and the manticore. After that, y'all went down to a dwarven excavation site where you met a couple of old dwarves that had been mining out this small excavation site. And y'all happened to slay some monsters for them, found some pretty good loot, found some good jewels, able to make a decent amount of money. Found a couple of sending stones, which you can send messages to each other, which is exciting. Upon returning, also bumped into some orcs on your way out, and then upon returning to the town, found that the hometown. Yes, Josh.
How did we get away from those orcs? How did that happen? I do want a small sidebar recap.
Oh my god!
How did we get away from those orcs again? Do you remember?
Well.
Y'all. Oh my god, I'm so mad at all of you. Yeah, Jeb.
The wizard that doesn't believe in magic threw up a fence or a
Not the
image of a
fence.
fence.
Not
No,
the
that
fence.
wasn't at that time.
Not that fence.
It was you made a rope trick where you
Oh.
ripped a portal into another dimension. Y'all all climbed up into an invisible treehouse and left a shit-smelling rock so that the orcs saw y'all climb into nothing, walked up, and there was a stink bomb where y'all used to be. Is how y'all escaped the orcs.
Got him. Fucking got him.
Sounds like some ingenuity to me.
This is the shit that we're dealing with here, folks. I was so excited to DM. Jess was like, be a DM. It's so fun. You'll love it.
Welcome to my world, my friend. Welcome.
Bamboozled.
Hey, though, on the level of chaos, me and Josh as a team is slightly lower than you and Josh as a team.
I'll take that. Just evens our keel. So yes, that is how you escaped those orcs. And then, so you did not fight them, but then you came back to town, found that the town was actually under attack by a band of orcs, and they were trying to burn said town to the ground. Y'all were able to, through lots of savagery and ruthlessness and invisible fences and all kinds of ridiculous
And
shenanigans.
using
Piss
fire
you
against
off.
them.
Yeah, lots and lots of rolls that pissed me off.
Use the
Lots of
fire
those.
against them. They tried
Yeah.
to set fire to the town. We set fire to them instead.
I set
They
fire
were
to that
very-
guy's eye.
You did. Created a.
You turned the guy's head into a jack-o'-lantern.
I did.
I
And
like
then I cut it
purge
off and threw it at
siren.
people.
Horrifying.
Run away! Run away!
Horrifying.
Just so everybody knows, I'm an artificer, so I'm like making things, and it is awful. I am doing horrible, horrible things, and I'm just getting
Have we
stronger every level.
Have we gotten to the mechanical scorpion snail creatures yet,
So-
or is that we're not there yet?
After leaving the town, after saving the town from an orcish attack, Halia, a warrior Aarakocra, sent y'all on another errand to go check in on Gnomengard, which is down south, which is the kind of like their sister city with the gnomes.
And then we did like 5 or 10 minutes of gnome puns, at least.
We did at least 5 or 10 minutes of
Wait,
gnome
hold on.
puns.
I wrote it down. Well, don't hold on. Give me a sec. I'll find it.
I think you can probably continue the recap though while he looks.
So y'all, we went through several.
Everyone sit in silence while he finds the gnome puns.
Like this is critical information. Just furious, just notebook. He's like throwing, like just flinging papers behind him. Just
It's somewhere around here, I
frantically.
swear.
Oh, there's no fun.
Just
the
a
last
sec,
thing I
guys.
do. So lots of gnome puns took place. Y'all went to check in on the gnomes, see what was going on. Y'all slayed multiple mimics. Should have been just one, but multiple mimics. A ghast and several ghouls while you were there.
Sorry, we fucking cratered.
You did. And
Like-
also, all the while doing this within small barrel crab mechs, which was very exciting.
To you, they are
so
crabs. To
much.
me, they are mechanical, the scorpions from the DuckTales movie.
Yes.
Mine survived
Those are the lost
completely.
lamp.
All of which survived. All of which also, all while in doing this in mechanical crab scorpion mechs, while also fucking Tony Hawking across a rope
Oh
bridge
yeah, did
in
that.
barrel crab mechs.
That
insanity.
was a really good roll.
The insanity. I did. Those crab mechs were not supposed to cross the rope bridge by any stretch of the imagination.
So what you're saying
It's a
is
grind.
that session we won D&D.
Y'all
Yes.
beat y'all beat D&D
We
when
won.
y'all went to Gnomengard. Y'all
Okay,
reestablished a good relationship with Nomengard, able to free the folks there. Y'all also were able to, y'all also with a bunch of like everyone basically rolling nat 20s in the treasure room, just all got a fuck ton of awesome loot as well in there. And y'all then headed back to Phandalin, where you were able to bring Halia some more defenses, some weaponry, let them know that Nomengard is going to be here back to helping Phandalin with whatever comes for the future, with all the unseen things that are happening due to Cryovane kind of invading the south.
Being a dick.
Which brings fucking dick. Which brings us to Phandalin, the town where we started and our adventure, and we'll start this session. So as you come into Phandalin, it's a small town, kind of small rustic town. It was, a few hundred years ago, was a very bustling town. You can kind of see the remnants of some of the kind of burnt down walls and things of a much busier town. It has since kind of been a much more sleepier town. As you're kind of coming down the dusty roads, you coming down the trail, you definitely see it's a bright, crisp fall morning here in Phandalin. Walking down the dusty trails, you'd look into Barthen's provisions, and you would see a 8-foot tall minotaur named Matilda, who would be probably carrying some ridiculously large exotic creature of some kind towards the front case of her butcher shop. She also, this is where the general store, provisions, that's kind of where you would get most items, would be at Matilda's shop. Heading south a little bit, you would encounter the Stonehill Inn, where you would find a very well-groomed, well-kempt werewolf. That'd be tending bar, chatting with the local patrons. He's got a plaid shirt with rolled up sleeves, leather apron, some small tools inside. Usually there's some fixing around the Stonehill Inn that needs something done, so Harvey's there to do it. Just across the town, you'll actually see our two newest members of the town, which would be Barog and Rockdoll, which are two orcs, an orcish couple that were bamboozled a good one by old Jeb. Got him good.
Yeah.
They
The old fence bamboozle.
in the heat of battle, they were on the hunt for them, and Jeb bamboozled them with an invisible fence. And they just
Sure. Oh, it was
And-
visible. They saw
oh,
it, and they
they-
kept going.
they're like, that's a mighty fine fence. They ended up liking the cut of the town's jib. They had never really got to be themselves where they were coming from, and they were able to settle down. They found a little
Sure.
piece of home.
They sounded like Bebop and Rocksteady.
They did, brothers. And thanks to a very generous donation by our players, they were actually able to open their own dojo. Like a dream come true. They are the happiest couple that has ever lived.
We
You
did
know,
good. We did some good.
That
in the
was
world.
good. Tendro has been instructed by Halia with very stern words to protect the town. What else could be protecting the town than opening a dojo to train fighters by a couple of some orcs, bro? Just
I gave them
saying.
50 gold pieces to put to good use, and I think they're going to do it. And yeah, I'm not playing a psychopath in this game, and we'll get to that soon. But I am doing good in this community.
Ooh.
You would absolutely find them setting up their little gym going. They're putting some mats down. They're hanging some bags they filled with like big heavy bags in. Like they're setting up. They've got some like hay bale people for like practicing some spear throws. Like they're out there. They're training. They're working bright and early. Further south, you would come across Lion Shield Coaster, which would be the armory and where you'd find kind of more trade goods, weaponry, anything that you're going to buy. And there, Josh, if you want to scroll down just a touch towards, you'd see Lenine, Greywind, and Saldana would be working in Lion Shield Coaster. Lenine would be arguing with Saldana, trying to get her to focus and not play with all the new toys that the gnomes have brought in, firing the auto-loading crossbows that they had just gotten into the ceiling of the building, flipping all the new knives, trying to sneakily put any of the new knives into her cloak. As you go further south, you would then bump into Phandalin Miners Exchange. Phandalin Miners Exchange would be your guild trading posts, like anytime that you'd want to be doing any like real business. This is kind of a town hall, governor's building / market, kind of all in one. Halia is mostly the de facto leader of this town, while Harbin Wester is the town master who has actually been giving the folks their adventures. Halia, for all intents and purposes, she's the one that keeps the town running. She's the one that makes sure things are going the way they should. But what has brought all of these adventures together to begin with was Harbin Wester. All of these folks came looking for different adventures, and you see that it has drawn quite a lot of different folks. If you were to head out to the main trails to the north and the south, you would actually see very homey, very townsy, welcome to Phandalin signs, below which, written in a bunch of different languages, and Elvish and Common, Gnomish, a bunch of different handwritings, a bunch of different languages, it would say, here be monsters. It's a town that is basically any kind of welcoming, any kind of folks that may not know where to go or not know, what they're looking for. Phandalin's kind of where they might end up. So they would they found that, Harbin Wester is the person that's given out the jobs, that he's got adventures, he's got things that can, if you're looking for loot, looking for adventure, looking for a job, looking for just whatever.
He's the arm from the Lorax.
Exactly.
The arm in that house.
Exactly. Yeah. Which we have never actually seen Harbin Wester. We have just heard a very panicked voice behind a heavily boarded up room.
I don't even think we've seen an arm or anything. We've just heard him, it sounds like under things that have fallen.
Yeah. Just panicking, crying inside of his room.
I feel that though. He's very relatable.
Yeah. Probably the most relatable character. So we'd find these folks around town. This is kind of what they'd be doing. Start of the day, bright fall morning. But then we'd see Josh, your character, on this bright sunny day in Phandalin, this bright morning. Where would we find Tandoral? And if you could describe Tandoral for us.
Yeah, Tandoral is going to be at the smithy for sure. Tandoral is a level 4 high elf artificer. Of the artificer subclasses, I am an alchemist, basically focusing on healing and I'm trying to keep everybody alive, but I can still do damage. I can cast spells. I do use a pistol. I have currently right now I am making my bullets for the gun. Before I had an infusion that allowed me to shoot a magical bullet and then automatically reload it. But I have since gotten rid of that. Yeah, I am always practicing my artificer skills. I'm always tinkering. I'm always trying to just be better. I am determined to be the best artificer that there is. I don't want anyone to be better than me, and I want to prove how great I am to everybody else by making cool shit for my party. So when someone rolls up and Snickage cuts them into 4 pieces real quickly, I'll be like, death brought to you in part by Tandoral and his crazy fucking skills.
Tandoral Inc., baby.
So, so far, I have infused a dagger for one of our party members who was a rogue. that is a returning dagger. It can be thrown and brought back. I have made the returning shot for myself. I made some bullets. I have created a bag of holding for a character. And also have homebrewed an item for our rogue that attaches 2 daggers to a rope, creating a rope dagger, and has some interesting mechanics that we'll see when we use it in battle. And one of
Which
those daggers
is
is the returning dagger as well, and and the other one has poison on it. So I'm just making shit left and right. I just want everybody to be decked to the nines. So level 6, I get another infusion, and I can do one more. So wink, wink,
count the
DM.
days. Count the
Wink,
days.
wink, DM.
Yeah, we'll just skip 5, go straight to 6. Get you on shit.
Yeah, fuck it. Yeah, and that's Tandoro. He uses his grandpa's old gat and just takes shots.
Hell yeah. And speaking of folks that have benefited from some of Josh from Tendrils and Fusions, Jess, where would we find your character this morning? And if you can describe her for us, then where would we find you? What would she be up to?
Eris is in Air Genasi. She's young. She's like right at that cusp of adulthood. She's a little bit grimy. She's a little bit dirty. She's already been out kind of looking around the town. This is all super new to her. So she's taking everything in with, big wide eyes. As an Air Genasi, she has a very blue tint to her skin. Her hair is white, and then it goes into kind of an ombre of a light blue near the tips. But she keeps it pretty short. Hair gets in the way, but it always seems to kind of be rustling a little bit in a wind that isn't seen by many other people. But she kind of is, since we're in the town and she feels comfortable. She's not wearing her armor right now. She's just got like a very loose blouse on and just leather pants, walking around looking at everybody. And she would probably make her way to the provision store to see Matilda. She likes Matilda and she enjoys talking to her.
And Matilda is fan of you, darling.
Yeah.
Awesome. So yeah,
Love her
Eris
so
is bopping her
All
way
fans of
uptown.
Matilda.
Everybody loves Matilda.
Can you not?
I love
Right?
Matilda. She's incredible. So awesome. So yeah, Eris is bopping uptown, heading to hang out with Matilda. Yeah.
Sorry, my favorite thing. So she is a druid, so she kind of leaves in different spots. She will just druid craft as she goes. Mushrooms to be found. She always likes to leave food for anybody who needs it. And she has a mushroom hat on that if she finds things on the ground that she really likes, since now it is a bag of holding, thanks to Tandoro. She's just shoving like cool looking rocks in there. There's something on the ground that she doesn't know what it is. Like she's kind of pocketing it if she can, and putting it in there to look at with Matilda later, so she can kind of figure out what this is.
It's like I'll save that for later.
I forgot about my hat.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, which I'm sure will not come back to bite me in the ass at all. Love bunch level forest with a fucking bag of holding. So she is bopping uptown.
We're gonna do some weird shit with that, we are.
I know you. I'm already mad about it. So we see her bopping uptown. Another person who has benefited from Tandorl's alchemical ways, his artificer ways, would be EJ. EJ, where would we find, if you can describe your character, and what would he be? Where's he scrounging around? What's he up to this morning?
Well, I play Snitch,
Schnitzel.
he's actually a halfling, but you couldn't tell by looking at him. He is a rogue. He looks like a little rat man. He's covered head to toe in hair, and he's got now he's got a mechanical tail, but he wouldn't admit that. he was very protective of his tail.
Very real tale.
Yeah, it's very real tail. He's kind of antisocial. He grew up with some bad influences, I guess you could say, who they kind of taught him a few things, but didn't really prepare him to integrate into the world. He was raised by actual rat people who only want to like elevate themselves amongst their society. And he was taught how to kill things and seek warp
Effectively.
stone very effectively. And to seek warp stone and bring it back. He honestly doesn't even know why. He's just pretty much indoctrinated at this point. But
Where's he
yeah,
scrounging around this morning? What's he up to?
this morning we'd see him probably behind Stonehill Inn, trying to pick through the trash and find some food.
Look, hunting for snacks.
Mm-hmm.
Clip it. Fucking clip it. Ooh, first one of the stream.
Yeah.
Clip that shit, you
That was
muted
quick.
bitch.
I did.
Oh, and it's Josh too.
I did it. I clipped it.
The look of defeat.
You clipped it? Hell yeah. Yeah. So if you're, we're all very courteous to a fault. We try to mute to be courteous, and unfortunately, you get caught muted on the mic, you get clipped, baby. Just go. You got him slipping early on. So someone who
It's
try. I
gonna
don't.
be me next. Like I
you-
thought it was gonna be me first. I was convinced it was gonna be me first, so
I know
it's gonna be me next.
for sure. Someone who I don't think has been clipped muted yet. Troy, have you been?
I'm very sneaky when I'm muted. I make sure that nobody sees me and I correct it immediately.
I haven't been caught slipping yet.
See the rest of us when we get muted and we
Oh, yeah,
talk,
I
we
will
call
shout.
ourselves
Yeah.
out. Do
Yeah.
you?
No, fuck
Troy's
no.
like, hell no.
Y'all, this is like Uno. If you don't catch me, then it doesn't count.
Oh my
Wow.
god.
Very
Oh,
true.
You would be
yeah.
a fucking Astros.
It's
fan.
only a
You ain't-
crime
you
if they
ain't
catch
cheating,
you.
you ain't trying, brother.
I think the next like 3 times that someone else mutes, Troy needs to be clipped.
So Troy, if you can please describe your character and where would we find good old Jeb? What's he up to this morning?
All right.
Scream
Jeb
at a
is
street
a
corner.
This placard sign.
Jeb is a human wizard. He's a southern boy though. He's also the leader of the Dragons Aren't Real Club. It's a movement that's picking up steam.
Or
But-
dozens
Among
of us.
So-
who?
now that there's a
Jevons.
dragon living here.
There's lots of people that trust me. I've talked to a lot of people.
Jeb's like, I've almost got Eris.
Jeb looks like a dollar store wizard. He kind of has like some ratty clothes on. He's got a brand new hat of wizardry though that he just picked up on a recent adventure to Nomengard. But
Tinfoil had a wizardry.
he was taught by his father from a young age that this world is just an illusion. None of it is real, and started training me in the art of illusion in order to become powerful enough to break the spell that is on this world that everybody has fallen under, and Jeb is the one that's going to lead everyone to freedom. And you'd probably find him in the inn, probably at the bar, maybe having a snack or something, studying the what was the book that he picked up in Nomengard as well.
Yeah, basically the folks in Nomengard studied just about everything. They had all kinds of different mechanical inventions. They study magic. They are not super magic focused, but they have definitely studied quite a bit. You're definitely going to get a lot more use out of this. The book is Magic of Nomengard, magic with a K.
Yes, and it had some spells that Jeb was not familiar with and wanted to learn to add to his repertoire to help defeat this evil illusionist that has cast his spell upon the world.
Bamboozled, a whole lot of them.
That the goddamn David Blaine.
It's the fake elvish media that's got them all fooled.
It is. I tell you what, them dragons, they're especially not real. They're the ones that are pulling the strings.
Dropped a dragon on them and still not. I got something for your ass. I got
That was
something.
a weird
I got
day.
something for your
Also,
ass.
as a reminder, Jeb almost died. Like he
I
had
slipped.
like
I ran into a door. Okay.
so few hit points left. Literally encased in ice, and he's still like.
That
Didn't
David
happen.
Blaine has some really good effects. I have
Did you
to.
see that random
Smoke and
snowstorm
mirrors.
that blew in?
So we've got Tandurl at the smithy hanging out, making bullets. Jeb studying the wizardry book. Snicket's looking for snacks. Eris, you're heading up to go visit Matilda. Sis, where would we find Sepulv? You can describe her, please, and what's she up to this morning?
She's a changeling. She's a warlock. She's got like white and gray hair and white skin. I generally modeled the way that she looked after Edith from the Owl House, if I'm being completely honest.
yeah.
Yeah, so she's gonna be probably also going to go meet up with Matilda because, well,
Matilda, that girl.
mm.
Awesome. Yeah, so that and our ragtag bunch of adventures were first brought together, like I mentioned. Vandalin is known to have no shortage of adventuring. Harbin Wester, y'all have known that if you get something done, he'll pay you for it. That's kind of all you've found out from him. Y'all kind of came to town around the same time. He had work right around the same time, and y'all have come to be able to work together pretty well so far. Y'all have made some connections, some stronger than others. Y'all have starting to really kind of get to know each other, but y'all have seemed to have been pretty effective as an adventuring party. So far, y'all are, like, let's keep doing what we're doing. Maybe we should keep hanging out. We seem to shred everything, so might as well stick together, hang out, find some more adventures. So on this morning, y'all are just kind of doing your own things. You've just finished the adventure in Nomengard, kind of prepping for whatever is kind of coming next. That Halia's got work that needs to be done. So we'll swoop in on Eris and Sepul, making their way up to hang out with Matilda. She'd be at the front of her shop. She'd have on the front door of her shop. It's instead of like the typical like chimes, it would be like bones and skulls of like ancient adventurers. Matilda is spent few centuries basically just besting gladiators in a labyrinth before breaking out. Matilda is um, beyond level 20. Like she is an ancient being. But she likes the simple things. She's settled in Fandolin. She finds it very charming, very nice. But bones of adventurers hang from her door, so she mean business still. So you open the door, the chimes of the door and it's a very pleasant, like tinkling sound. As you enter, she greets you both warmly. She's like, "My tiny darling adventurers, how are you this morning?" And she takes a giant scimitar and like hacks a piece of meat and slides it over. She's like, "What can I do for you this morning? How are you? How are you feeling? How was your adventures?"
I hold out the skull of like a bird that I found while we were out, and it just kind of assisted it in its final decompositions on my way there. So it's nice and clean, and I hold it out to her, and I'm like, "For your door."
She takes it like very and just like giant like Ninja Turtle like three like very like gingerly like takes it from me. She's like, beautiful darling, a beautiful addition. She's like, I can add to door or and she like turns around, she's like rummaging and all of this stuff and she like does a couple of things and she like pins a little like a small tiny like delicate chain with a little hook onto it. And she like would Eris have pierced ears? She's an air genasi.
No, there's earrings isn't something that she would have interacted with.
She just does
Eris
it.
is a wood baby. Like she grew up in the alone, so that kind of fashion thing, she wouldn't know what it is. If like Matilda has earrings or if Sepple has earrings, like she'd be like, cool, and like taking out her dagger and being like, okay, cool, let's do this. She
Um,
doesn't care.
she would show you like Matilda is like very ornate. Like she has rings, she has bracelets, she has like large swept horns, like she has like little ornaments like all dangling from there. She has like several like sets of earrings that she wears. So she would like show you like, oh, you like this? And so she's like, we could. So she like shows you and it's like, would you like?
Yes, yes,
And
yes, yes, please.
she
Tandora gave me this hat too, and now you're giving me jewelry. Oh, we're gonna be so cool.
You look excellent, darling. And she takes, yeah, a little and just like pops it through. Just, and so you have a little tiny, like it has like a little dangling little bird skull hanging at your neck
Bleeds
now.
profusely.
I probably. It's not that big of a deal. I'm cool.
Yeah, it's one piercing damage. You'll be fine. She's like, you look wonderful, darling. She's like, and Sepple, always wonderful to see you. I see you have new shield that you like. You get to use yet.
Sepple is like, I didn't know we were supposed to bring presents.
She's like, no, nothing for me, darling. You have a new shield. I see it looks wonderful. Have you got any bashing done as of yet, or just still warming up?
Oh, I absolutely tell her all about all of the heads I caved in, very enthusiastically and animatedly and graphically. But
He's
I'm
like
absolutely not going to be able to remember it to do it now.
just enraptured, like just like hunch over, like arms on the glass, like on her, and like just excellent. Yes, excellent. I love to hear it. I'm sure you crush all the skulls. Like
while while
just
they're
like
talking, Eris is in the background, like going through all of her shit and also leaving random mushrooms among the provisions for people.
Stop. Stop
She
it.
says.
Stop.
Tandora can like feel it from the smithy.
I'm like,
He's
I'm trying
like,
to pay attention to what's coming out and being like, I think I've eaten this one, so it's okay.
she's doing it again.
Matilda,
I can roll something if you want.
like he
Figure out
can
how bad
sense
that
it.
is.
Matilda has an extremely high passive perception.
I'm not trying to be sneaky.
Yeah, no, I know. Yeah, so she can just like feel you, and she rolled high, so she like, and you're not being sneaky, so she's just letting it happen. Like she's just arms. She's like, as long as nothing crazy, like she's not breaking any, it's okay. Like as long as she does not get too back, like we will be fine. She just like has a brief moment of like,
I need to know if I heard her say that.
this is an internal
Oh, damn
thought.
it, because I rolled so good. That would have been perfect.
No, that was an internal like
Can I roll an investigation for cool rooms that I have yet to discover?
roll investigation. Sadly, roll with disadvantage.
Okay. Can't dangle that fucking carrot. It's not horrible. Investigate. Okay. 12.
Now roll perception with advantage.
Perception. 21.
With that 21 perception, you understand why your investigation hasn't been going very well. as you kind of look up at like the different corners and like towards the ceiling, like you see that at a bunch of different places in her shop are like, and you're a druid, like you're familiar with like runes and magic writing and scribing. You're seeing a lot of like runes that you recognize, but a lot of them that you very much don't. Some you're recognizing as like ancient druid craft, like stuff that like your like grandpa like taught you, like stuff that he showed you, stuff that on your new dagger that you just got that you cannot be disarmed from, the magic like branch dagger. um you recognize some there as well. You see that there's some very clearly very powerful runes like inside and around. This seems like a sanctuary of some kind that seems to be very well protected, and maybe some stuff that may add for some bamboozling if folks were to try and investigate or try and find things that they were not supposed to. Um, so probably not a lot of, not the easiest place to get in trouble in town.
Mhm.
You'd be hard pressed to get into decent amount of trouble at Matilda's.
I am now absolutely fascinated by the like ancient runes, like because this would be the first time that I've encountered them since Gramps. So it's just like rooms forgotten about. I'm like, oh, and like I'll be looking at my dagger too. So that's like shiny. So she's occupied for a little bit.
Yeah. So y'all have kind of this wonderful conversation. You and Sepple, you kind of have a back and forth, kind of exchanging war stories. Like, she recognizes your fighting style when y'all were kind of going back and forth. Like, she knows a warlock when she sees one. And so y'all kind of have some banter about cracking skulls. Y'all will have been getting on for a while about basically, oh, and then you're like, and then I just like collapsed him, and you're like, I bet you fold him like lunch here, darling. Like, just gets more excited as you describe the gruesome ways that y'all have destroyed folks at during your adventures. Um, Anything y'all want to ask or chat with in particular with Matilda?
I think just, I mean, other than trying to convince her to come with us, but
The long continuing, you can just join us.
mm-hmm.
Um,
And also
And
like
she-
asking to like just sort of talking shop and just being like that sort of thing.
and she all kind of hang out for a while. It's one of those um where you go and visit a homie at work, like, at one point you've got your shield leaning and you're like sitting up on the counter as like Matilda's continuing working. Folks will like come in and out. You see kind of the usuals. You see like like young tiefling teenage punks that are like coming in to like get snacks that kind of like Matilda kind of gives them gruff, but she just wants them to like hang out, do shit, and she tells them to go visit the dojo, go make themselves useful, be like, go be great fighters. Like, the music is good, but go be warriors. You see like a few people. You see the small babushka woman that has cursed at y'all in deep speech a couple of times. Pops in, looks at you both very cross-eyed, picks up a very exotic looking pound of meat, and then leaves. So y'all just hang out for a while, just kind of kicking it with Matilda, talking shop. And she does tell you to check in with before you go out for a day. Like, I will give you whatever you need, but check in with Halia. I know she has something coming down the line she needs for you to do. Go get your little friends, go check with Halia, then you come back to me. So she lets y'all know that, and y'all can either grab them on your way down, or y'all can just head out to Halia's.
Who has the sending stones?
The sending stones, I believe, Tandoro. I believe Josh is holding onto the sending stones.
To both of them?
There's both of them.
Has both of them, which are
Talkie, talkie,
He
talkie.
has one. He's like
absolutely
holding it up to
useless.
his ears, like hello. It works.
I feel like him and Snickich in their downtime at night, because Snickich has been bunking with Tandoro. I feel like they like He like under the bed. He's been like.
I just like
you-
I like look over my bed and I like knock on the floor and put one down and like leave it there and I like peek over and just watch the little like rat hands come out and like grab it. I'm just like, hey Snickage, are you
Snickets, can you hear me? Over.
I'm gonna love it when we like Eris is gonna like bust in one night into Tandorl and Snickers' room and they have built bunk beds.
It's gonna be like Shanghai Nights with Jackie Chan and Jet Li, where with Owen Wilson and Jackie Chan, where they're in the tubs and they're like singing and they're like splashing water around. They're gonna bust in. We're gonna be covered in bubbles, just like.
Tandorl and Snickage is a buddy cop movie I would watch.
Yes, absolutely.
Awesome. So y'all are gonna grab them on your way. So y'all pop into the smithy. So Eris and Sepul, y'all walk across the road from Barthen's Provisions to the smithy. Tandorl is hard at work, hammering out, he's got a good bucket of bullets now next to him on the ground. What else you got? What else you got cooking in the smithy here?
I am researching how to upgrade my pistol. I have taken 2 stones, and with magical tinkering, I have given them the magical property to play a recorded message, which is just 6 seconds of a repeated riff from like a doom song, and it's just playing it over and over and over again, and they're just like playing death metal, and I'm just like fucking pink, just like fucking. I'm like, it's like Tony Stark when he's building his first Iron Man suit. I'm just like hammering shit, just like real Jack, just like fuck.
It's like, how did he get the Doom Eternal soundtrack? Like,
Everybody's really mad because I'm making a lot of noise, and this town is usually just like at like a 4, and I'm at like a 9.5.
Just
Like,
shredding.
Skip building.
Out of every 10 bullets, one of them goes off automatically, and I actually just shoot a bullet off randomly into the smithy. So no
They're
one
just
else
like-
is working today.
Just holes. Everyone's kind of cleared out. They're all on like one edge of the
I got
smithy.
patches on me and like scuff marks and stuff. I've been shot like 4 times.
So you see y'all walk into this scene of chaos into the smithy. You turn around and see that Eris has her ear pierced. They're kind of bopping in. What is the interaction that takes place as y'all enter the smithy?
I run up to Eris and look at her earring. I'm covered in soot and like I'm just grimy and dirty. And I look at her
I'm
earring
covered in dirt.
and I look
Y'all
at your
both just
earring
grimy as hell.
and I reach up and I touch it and I make it play like a quieter version of my music. And I'm like, I think you'll enjoy this.
I am dancing to the song that only I can hear now.
Just the tiniest of Bluetooth
Yes,
speakers.
I love
is
it
this bird
so
skull.
much.
This tiny
She's
bird
all-
skull earring Bluetooth
dancing.
speaker.
She's dancing. Just like head banging.
I
Going around.
look at Sepul's shield and I'm like, I might be able to do something to that
Before
shield.
he even finishes his sentence, when he looks and says, I just hand it to him.
Like, yep. I've seen what you can do.
Yep. Like fucking he got a tail, she just got a fucking head, like bird's head that sings or whatever. Like
And a bag of
whatever.
holding.
Go nuts.
Go nuts.
So I'm
It's
gonna
like when you
take
find
Sepul.
a really good hairdresser and you walk in and you're like, just do whatever. I'm
Go
just
crazy.
gonna listen to a podcast.
I'm gonna
and,
take
Snick-
Sepul's. Go ahead.
Snitch is going to try to mimic Eris's dance moves, but like just like a really like half-assed, confused version of it.
I'm
'cause he doesn't
absolutely going to join them.
understand.
Whatever
yeah.
I need to roll.
If I can get a group performance check from Snickage, Eris, and Sepul,
Oh.
please. Snickage would have. He's usually
Compared to Snickage 16. He's better than me.
a 9 and a 16.
11.
11.
What are
Alright.
y'all doing?
Snickage is
I'm just dancing.
So Snickets has crept into the smithy. He usually tries to like he kind of does his own thing, but usually around midday he like at least checks in on Tenderall to be like just what's him up to. So he is
Eris and I started getting mischievous last time too.
We did.
yeah. So y'all have kind of gotten into some things. So Snicketch like he does his own thing. He's found some snacks, but he's like, go check in, see what they do. Like maybe they're up to something cool. Who knows? So Snicketch with his little scrounge food and snacks like hang out of his pockets. He creeps up to the smithy. Y'all find them. You then encounter this, and so the three of you like Josh just like or Tendrill's just like covered in stuff, like banging stuff out. It's like, you got a speaker, here you go, and it's playing the same music, so it's loud in here, and it's like coming from her. And so the three of y'all, as Tendrill like goes back to like banging around stuff, the three of you basically just like have a little fucking like dance breakdown, like watching fucking Tendrill like making shit. Snickets for some reason. This is just like his groove. This is his fucking jam. Like Snicketch, he's got his tail, which to clarify, to Snicketch is an extremely real tail. What it is, he got it from Nomengard. It is basically like a small exo suit, like an exo tail.
Think Doc Ock's like bodysuit from Spider-Man 2, where it like goes up the spine and everything, but at the end of it, there's just got a tail on it that comes out.
It looks like a rat tail. It is an exosuit rat tail. It's super sick, and you've been really vibing with the tail because you're like bouncing on it. Like the tail's like you're whipping the tail. Like you and that tail are grooving. Sepples, she's a little more heavily armored than the others, so she's grooving, but it's a little more clanky than the rest of y'all. And Eris, you just dance to your own beat, so you're wacky waving inflatable tube man. Like you are
Burning Man dancing.
Yeah, just full vibe.
Can I get Seppel's help doing something to her shield?
100%.
Okay, so I'm gonna. It's just because I want you to be here when I do it. I am going to infuse your shield, which means I got to talk to Snicketch because his dagger is not going to come back to him the next time he throws it, and it's not the +1 anymore, so we'll go over that later. But I am going to infuse your shield with enhanced defense. So you see me put your shield down, and I'm just fucking hammering it, and as I'm doing that, I've got, like, these giant metal, like, what are those things called with the leather, like a leather aug, where you, like, stamp in something to the leather?
Oh, like a brand almost?
Yeah, but like I'm pounding it in. So I'm like pounding in these like little runes into your shield. And as I'm pounding it, your shield's glowing brighter and brighter. And then as soon as I do the last one, it like explodes with the light. And I hand it to you, and you can raise your AC by 1 when you hold this shield.
Jesus.
Damn.
Christ. He already has like a fucking 19 AC.
I know,
God.
right?
Get the fuck out of here.
So
Y'all gonna be-
Snicketch is the sword and Sepple is the shield. Gotcha.
God.
I'm really
I'm
good
playing
at
both Pokemon games
Yeah.
at the same time, Brandon. At the same time. You don't even realize I got 2 switches up. I'm playing them at the same time.
Y'all gonna be real upset when I swing the pendulum too far to the left trying to balance for you motherfuckers and wipe y'all out.
It'll be a funny story though.
It will.
In like
That
20
one-
years.
That one time I TPK'd y'all because you just kept fucking going ham, and I raised it until I was like, you know what? Fuck it. 8 times deadly. How about that? Turns out
Yeah,
that
Jeb
that
is
was too
somehow
deadly.
still unscathed.
right.
You gotta try harder than
tried
that,
that.
David Blaine.
Didn't we try that in one of our campaigns, and all of our characters just ascended to godhood because they couldn't be stopped?
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah. I see that happening again.
Yeah.
We went to hell and killed hell.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is what happened.
I'm going to flood hell.
Yeah, so I'm terrified of balance, so we'll see what happens. Awesome. So y'all have this little dance party breakdown. You spend some time working on Seppel's shield. y'all are just grooving. Would Jeb continue to hang out at the bar waiting for folks to come get him, or would he go, like, you would know for sure that Tendor would be in the smithy, the others
Yeah,
you'd be like, I don't fucking know. Like, would you
I
wait
could
for
like
them to come to you,
retcon and
or
just
go
be
to
like,
them?
I was just studying what, like, we're all together, but I'm studying like off in the corner and at the smithy instead of at the inn.
Hell yeah. We'll say that you you woke up and you woke up early, you were studying at the inn, and then you saw Snicket scrounging around, and when he took off, you went with him up north to the smithy. Y'all had it
Sure,
together.
yeah.
So y'all are all at the smithy hanging out, fucking. Well, then you got to give me a fucking performance check, big boy.
Oh, was there a performance that I had to do?
Yeah, if you were hanging out with them, then you're in the dance party, buddy.
13.
Hell yeah, Jeb in
I
the corner
can cut
studying,
a
but
rug, buddy.
he just starts like while studying, like just kind of like tiny line dance, like just a little slow dance, like It's not my usual, a little heavier than I'd like, but damn, if ain't got a beat. You can boot scoot boogie to just about anything, brother. Awesome. So y'all hang out at the smithy. Sepul and Eris, y'all let them know that Matilda said to go to Halia. Tendril, you would have already would have been wanting to check in with Haley. You've been kind of having ever since she was just like, get your shit together, fuck, we need to protect this town. You've been like, okay, yes, ma'am.
So you fucking did. I got stuff. I delivered.
You did. And so now she's like, all right, well, I'll see you. Like, she's now like, report, like, where we at? So you would have been checking in with her anyway. So after wrapping up at the smithy, would y'all, anything else y'all doing here? Or are y'all gonna head to Matilda's, Harvey's? Y'all gonna check in?
I got my bucket of bullets and I made a cool shield. I would like to relay to Snickich real quick, like, hey, for the time being, I had to remove the infusion from your dagger. Okay, just keep it on the rope. But just for the time being, we'll do it again. But for right now, okay, don't throw the dagger. It's not going to come back.
It's still attached to a rope, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's still on the rope, but he can still use the infusion while it's on the rope. If it's on the rope, he has to like bring it back to him as either a bonus action or an action. So
yeah. Want things less dead? Okay with me.
It's not that I want things less dead. I want us more alive. Huh? You make things more dead. I'll make us all more alive. Hmm?
I accidentally just deleted the dagger. Hold on.
No.
No. Just out of spite, he's like,
Your
fuck you.
dagger.
You take them. He just throws it on the ground.
Wait. Didn't I get a +1 dagger from what's her name?
Saldana.
The cutie with the yeah.
You did, and then I infused it with poison for a +1 of poison as well. So that should be your main. But the other one that I infused is now just a regular dagger.
Wait, I thought you couldn't infuse the +1 dagger, and that I had to use a regular one.
Oh, did I?
You infused a regular one, and then he just has a +1 that he got from Saldana.
Cool.
Yeah, the +1 could return, but it wasn't poison, so now it just can't return, but it's still +1.
Okay, yes. You have the +1 of poison on it, make sure it has that. And then it does not have that extra +1 to the attack roll and the damage roll. So make sure it doesn't have that.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah, just add a +1 of poison on it.
And it's also an extremely ornate dagger that you got from Saldana. Like she didn't give you no dusty. It's got some Valerian steel on that bad boy. Yeah.
Let me go hang out with her some more.
Cool. So y'all wrap up at the smithy. Y'all start heading south to y'all check in. I know that y'all saw Harvey this morning. He would have been, howdy, morning. How'd y'all sleep? Do y'all check in to see how the dojo's going with Birg and Rockdoll? Are you gonna? Sweet. So y'all leave the smithy as a group. Y'all are heading down south. You're heading towards the middle of town, and you see them out in front of the small building. They have since moved into the building back here. They're living there, and then there is like a big. They've kind of it's warehouse-esque, and you see the two of them out there, like tiny cutoff shorts, like bright tank tops. They've like taken all of their like very like tribal war gear and have like cut it all up, and it's very like summery, like outdoorsy, like they might hit the beach after this, bro. Like outfits. They're like shields and stuff. Like they have their weapons still well within hand. Like they are still fighters, they are still warriors, but they're like excited to live a little quieter life together. So y'all walk up and they're outside, they're like high-fiving and they're like kind of wrestling out. They're like, they've got what looks to be kind of a dojo. Like there's heavy bags. There's like, they have fashioned like just whatever like heavy shit that they can find with like spears through it for like lifting. Like they got a gym going. So y'all walk up and they're out standing outside of their dojo kind of like admiring their work so far. What do y'all, how's that interaction go?
Can we get a
Wow,
lesson?
great job, guys.
I'm for
I gotta
sure.
say, y'all have expanded quickly.
Yes, Josh.
Can I
have-
go? Can I go up to one of them and punch him in the stomach real hard? because remember, Tandorl has a -1 to strength, making every
does
single
0 damage.
unarmed strike 0 damage no matter what. So I will punch him, but nothing will happen. Can I go up to one of them and just be like, "Hey, check this out," and get him
Roll-
and be like opposite end of the spectrum than you?
Made you
Roll-
flinch.
Roll either athletics or performance. You choose.
Athletics is -1, so we're gonna go with performance. This is a +2. It's a performance anyway because I'm not trying to hurt him because I can't.
I know. Yeah,
But it's
yeah.
like, look
It's
at, and
what-
I just want to keep just like, look at, no matter what, I'm
Oh,
so
I
weak.
gotcha. Give me the performance.
We'll give it a throw.
But you nat one. You nat one down the throat. Oh my god.
Yeah, I did.
You run up like, and he's like, he's like excited because you were kind of like his funding, so they're like, oh, and so you're kind of running up like, oh, like excited, and as you're like running up to punch, you like trip on your own feet and just into the dirt right in front of them. And they immediately like, oh no! Like they like rush over and they like hike you up, and they like one arm under each, so your feet are just kind of like dangling as they've got you under each arm. They're like, oh, bro, you good? Like you good?
I want to just be like, yeah, I'm fine, and like stab the pole collapsing in the ground and hold the top and just whisk myself 150 feet in the air.
So you
So I turn myself into a big ass flagpole because I just don't want to be here right now.
yeah, so you're just like, I'm great, and just stick the pole collapsing, say the word, and just straight up. They're like, oh, whoa. They're like, that's sick. Does he do that all the time? And they like look at look at the rest of the group, having just witnessed what took place. Sis,
Happens all the
I think you were saying something. Sis,
I
maybe.
think I was saying that I was going to high five them. I don't know the order of operations. If I like high five them as Josh punches them, because like that would make it even more of like a just complete ambush. Not that I was doing it like in league with Josh, just that I'm
Yeah.
like, hey, and then Josh is like, oh, and I'm like, shit.
I think you were heading to like go in for a high five, and like Tandoro like, whoa, like kind of rushed up to like go for the punch, and so you're kind of standing there like ready for the high five as that kind of goes down, and then he like flag pulls into the air, and you're like looking at him, and you still got the high five waiting, and then you just feel like Barag like, you're like, oh hell yeah, you're like fuck yeah, they're like sick, they're like flag bro, like. So there's plenty. They got high fives all abound. Everyone gets a crisp high five in front of the dojo.
Crisp.
Knocked on my ass.
So
Yeah.
they give you like too solid of a high five, Eris. So you kind of you like ow.
Just kind of sitting there like,
I'm gonna
and
fireman
then I
pull
offer them
down to
both
the bottom.
mushrooms.
Stop!
Before Tandoro gets back, I offer mushrooms.
Tandoro
No,
is
before he
zipping
comes
down.
back, I do
He
it.
is already descending. He sees you interact with them and is already coming down.
He fucking Montero's down the fucking pole, like, no, call me by your name.
I'm wasting ammo to get your attention to tell you to stop. I'm just shooting
like-
into the ground.
You like hear from like 100 feet up. No, mushrooms. No.
He takes one of the sending stones and just throws it at her and yelling into it.
No. Eris, you put that down. Copy. Eris, come in. You put that down. Over.
Do not
And
eat
you're
the
just-
mushrooms.
They're offered.
You just hear like there's just like a shouting, like y'all have like formed a little circle as like Eris is holding out. There's just a sending stone in the middle, just like shouting. Like there's little like vibrations coming off of it, like little cartoon waves. Josh at the top of this flagpole. It's not descending nearly fast enough.
I let go.
You're just like roll a dexterity saving throw.
I got +3 to dexterity. If you fuck me,
go.
you know what? Stay on the ground.
Oh!
Not that one.
If you fuck me, that's a 17. Wait, hang on.
17.
Yeah, that's a 17.
17. You get like just like where you jump like just high enough where you know that you could like not break your ankles. So you just like kind of ditch
Just
the pole and
stings?
dive down. Yeah, and like you kind of like roll out of it. You kind of like parkour, and you like as you roll, you just like get up and like smack the mushrooms like out of Eris's hands. Like no. How does
Stop
Eris
it.
look?
Eris is going to like her face instead of being like as hurt, she's still a bit surprised because you smacked. This is the second time that you smacked it in 2 days. So she's
was
gonna
more of
kind
a
of look at
gentle.
you. No, but still, like you're keeping her from offering mushrooms. That's her way of communicating with people. So just 'cause you went so far.
You've smacked it twice now.
Don't silence me.
There shan't be a third.
Go ahead. Can you roll me a strength saving throw?
Strength. I have -1 to strength.
Oh.
Shut up.
Ooh. And twist.
15.
Oh, you pass. Okay, so you kind of get buffeted by wind. As I'm just kind of glaring at you, it feels like it wants to push you back, but you're able to stand your ground. But it almost gets you. And then she kind of just goes,
Harumph.
mushrooms are yummy. And then she takes one of them and she takes a bite and she walks away.
As you take a bite of it, I cast Mind Sliver on you.
No. Ruin all mushrooms for Eris. Disallowed.
Again, that's a 1d6. Let me roll that.
So you feel
I'm
that
save.
you feel that buffeting of wind. You munch the mushroom.
Just
The-
moving along. Okay.
The two the two vetoed. Barog and Rockdoll are standing there like, oh no, you're good, and they like you see that they like kind of pick up some like a couple of them, and like they both pop one. Like they're orcs, like they're good, like they both like just munch them. Those are trash can goat, like they're good. So you see that both munch them, and they're like, all right, cool. Thanks, snacks. Gym snacks. Like they high five. They're like, "What's the macros on these mushrooms actually?" Like,
He's
Just-
They
Tandero is
probably already
backing
know
up.
the nutritional value of those mushrooms.
yeah.
Eris is just like, yummy.
They're gonna log it in their app.
Exactly. They seem like both like, oh, okay, all right, 18, sweet mushrooms, hell yeah.
Guess what? If you cook this one, it makes a noise like it screams.
They're both like sick. They like
Yeah.
take a bunch of them.
Gnarly.
Yeah, they're like, that'll make us feel right at home.
Yeah. It's really cool.
Eris telling them what happens sparks Tendrill's interest, and it's like, if you tell people what will happen to them when they eat this mushroom, that is okay. But you can't just give them away willy nilly and not tell.
Well,
people.
here's the thing. Sometimes ones that I know come out and like, yeah. I mean, I don't try to give people ones that I haven't had, but like I've had almost all of my mushrooms, and like I didn't get to die. So obviously the mushrooms aren't that kind of mushroom. Gramps would not let me use the ones that would like kill me, unfortunately.
Fortunately, that's an interesting word choice.
Both of y'all roll insight for me, please.
Are you the god of death? What the fuck is going on? Insight?
Insight.
God of death was my father.
16 for me.
16 from here. 10. You again, like, Eris, you can see that Tendril is like, he's being genuine. He's trying to, like, it seems very much like he's just trying to, like, he recognizes that you don't have a full grasp on, like, customs and culture and, like, how interactions work. So you can tell that he's trying to, like, give you genuine advice. It's not landing very well. You're like, I don't, like, why are you like, what you're saying doesn't make sense.
I'm perfectly fine. I've had
like,
all of my mushrooms, and I'm perfectly fine.
Like, it's still not
So
quite
I'm like,
landing.
I'm just trying to like, it's okay. Like, you are like, I've seen bunnies that are like you, where they just shake all the time and they die. So, I mean, if you are like, if you're ready for that,
they just wake up dead one day.
well, like sometimes they would get like really scared, and they're like, Gramps said that you can die from fear and like your heart explodes, and like rabbits have like little hearts, so like they beat super fast and then they explode in their chest. But that's okay, because then like we get to eat them, and as long as like they're cool with it, like it's fine, because then that's when the wishes happen, and like even their wishes can come true.
So with your 16 insight, you know that Tendril is like being genuine. With your 10 insight, Tendril, and all of that bonkers ass shit that she just said to you, at the back of your mind, you're like, is this the god of death? Is she? Is this like a death genie? Like, you're like, okay. There's a twinge of concern. You're like, okay. You're saying a lot of wild things to me right now. I'm gonna unpack that later. I hear you. So you come away from that conversation a little
shook,
little concerned. There's a touch of concern there for how that interaction just went down.
I grow a couple more of the screaming mushrooms to leave behind, and I'm like, to go with your dinner for the macros.
They're like, hell yeah. They high five anything for Birog and Rockdoll.
I wanted to see if they would like to spar.
Hell yeah. They immediately like get stoked. They are like, they're like both of us, one of us, like, what do you like? Hell yeah. Like they like immediately just start like gearing the fuck up. They're like, now, later, what's like, we can get jacked.
Let's go now, green things. They're green, right?
They are green, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, we can do a very, very brief PvP.
Right.
Does everyone like, hell fuck yeah? Does everyone like kind of give them some space to get weird for a second?
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
I want to stand close
Does anyone
behind.
want to fight with me?
I will fight with Snickitch to use spells to see if I can keep him alive and or do things. Or
It's a
I think
dojo, so it's not weapons, right? It's just
that is
hand-to-hand combat.
Seppa should fight
yeah.
with you.
Yeah, I mean, I just figured it's like a little brawl.
Yeah, this is just some hand-to-hand. Yeah, I
This
feel
is
like
out of
Seppa's
my
gonna be
league.
like,
I'm too nerdy for
Yeah.
this.
I'll just fight both of them.
I
Yeah.
will see if Snicketch would like one of my mushrooms
I don't say a
that I
word.
don't know what it does.
I've
like-
already got some in my pocket, but yeah,
You
sure,
do?
some more. Yeah.
I'd be like, well, the last time I was able to get something really cool, like maybe you can get wings again. Like those talons are like really, but you don't have to. Like Tandoro said that, like if you don't want to, and that's like, well, yeah, if you're not hungry, don't eat it. But like,
That's good advice, Air Thing.
if
Also,
you want to eat one, you got to roll a D100.
I'm gonna see if I need to. If I
Okay.
start losing the
'Cause
match.
I don't know what it does.
cool. So they're like, hell yeah. And so unarmed strikes only.
Mhm.
So they're like, hell yeah, absolutely. They're like, see him like kind of stretching, doing some little plies moves and shit. They're like, all right, hell yeah, let's go. And you see the rest of the group kind of gives you some space, and the two of them are like, all right, you get it. First, you go ahead, and they're gonna let you get first swing.
Oh, okay. Okay, so we're not actually rolling initiative or anything.
Nah, it's just
Okay.
gonna be. But I will do this for. They're gonna go. They're just gonna go. Red will go. You'll go, then red, then blue.
Okay. Okay, flying rat kick at red.
Hell yeah. I got an orc here somewhere. I think a 14 hits. 14 fucking hits. Yeah. So
Ah.
at red. Okay. So yeah, you come running, flying. You bounce off that rat tail, and you fucking just like boom, like double, like kangaroo kick red, knock him back a little bit. Awesome. He kind of like so he's like, hell yeah, let's go. Like,
and then I'll disengage and just like take a step back and get into like a karate stance.
Nice. Hell yeah. Okay, what is because they don't have an unarmed strike, so I'm gonna have to bamboozle this.
It's just your
1d4 plus strength.
but no, I think it's just 1 plus your strength modifier. Yeah, that's what mine says. 1 plus your strength modifier.
Nice. Okay, so yeah, so 1. Yeah, so
Yeah, that's why Josh does 0 with his. 'Cause he's a -1.
is unarmed strike? It's literally 1 plus your strength modifier.
Yeah,
Damn,
that's what it says.
that's crazy. Cool. So then they will have what do they have plus to hit? So they typically have a +4 to hit. They have a +5 on both their attacks. We'll do a +4. So whatever this is, we'll minus that out. So 12 to hit.
That's gonna be a miss.
So Rock Doll swings over your head, misses. Birog's gonna go low. He's gonna try and uppercut. So that's an 18 to hit.
Ooh, that hits.
For 4 damage.
Okay.
So he comes low. So one swings high, other one comes low, kind of like uppercuts, give you a sock, kind of knocks you back.
Okay, my turn.
Yep.
Okay. 19.
19 absolutely hits.
This one's that blue. Like
That blue. So you take that hit from blue, and then you immediately like come right, like before he even gets a chance to reset, like you come over the top and just like glancing blow, like takes a good solid strike, like, and y'all see that you like have this scuffle for like a few rounds where y'all are like going back and forth, like you've done some damage, like you're able to like immediately like hit them the first few times. They're kind of scuffling back and forth with you. Y'all have a good rouse. Like y'all both at the end of this look a little bruised, a little beaten. Like y'all have all taken some damage, and they're like,
He's just
"Yeah,
like flipping and bouncing off the walls.
yeah, like you
Two
see,
attackers.
yeah, they're like kind of struggling. Like they're not nearly as dexterous, so you're kind of like going between their legs, and you're like kicking off one into the other. Like y'all are getting weird for a minute until both of them are like, hell yeah, rat dude, and like both like double high fives for you. They're like, sick, sick, good sesh, good sesh. Like they're super stoked. They're like, absolutely. Um, so y'all have, and you can afterwards. They've got potions and stuff like in the gym. They've got like shelves for them, so everyone like comes in, trains hard. All right, all natty only. Like these are from Matilda. Like these are the good stuff. Like all natty health potions, bro. So no permanent damage taken. So y'all have a good shred sesh. Um, anything else for Birag and Rockdoll before y'all head out?
That
Hell yeah.
concludes our time.
Sweet. So y'all leave them there. Gonna be stoked for the dojo. They're gonna keep working on that. Before heading down to check in with the rest of the folks, do we want to take a break?
Cool with that.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
10-minute break.
10-minute
Yeah.
break.
10 minutes.
10-minute break.
All right. We'll see y'all in 10.
See you in 10.
Thank you much, guys. Welcome back. Glad to have you all here back from break. We've got some snacks, got some water, got a good case of the giggles. Any way to come back from break. No other way that I'd ever have it. Awesome. So coming back from break, got talking about buttholes. I'm sorry.
How far are they off the ground? We haven't talked about this in this
We
campaign
haven't.
at all.
We have not.
We haven't stat blocked our butthole height.
Literally no one in this campaign has asked how high off the ground is that creature's
I bet
butthole.
Matilda's is the highest.
I bet
Oh,
so.
for sure.
She holds the
100%.
record.
Matilda's got
Town
for sure
record
the
for highest butthole.
highest butthole. There's a
Highest
little
butthole
plaque.
in the back of her shop.
Yeah.
He stole it when he found
All right, tallest butthole, Matilda Barton. Last we left.
We lost Jess.
Jess, no,
Man down.
she lived.
I fell out of my chair.
Just kicked it.
Took my computer with me. Just I had like one of those drop baby, like when the baby like when it's about to fall, or you like put it down too quickly. They do that. Like if you like go to like
Oh my
lay a baby
God.
down, they're like it's the startle reflex, and it's fucking hilarious because they'll just do it randomly. They'll just okay. And their
How do you
face
keep
is
those things
so-
alive?
It's
They're like-
really hard.
Like my equilibrium hasn't fully grown in yet.
That's fucking stupid babies.
Dude, babies,
Goddamn
These are s-
idiots.
so dumb. God,
Did you know anything?
not once met a smart
Not
baby. They're all dumb as fuck. So, speaking of a bunch of big dumb babies, we last left our group sparring with some orcs, sparring with our two favorite orcs at the dojo. They had left them to continue working on the dojo. They're gonna head down south. Are y'all stopping in to Lion Shield? Or y'all heading down to Halia?
I'm gonna go to Halia. I'm going to Halia.
I'm good with skipping Lion Shield.
Cool.
What's in
Uh,
Lion Shield? One more time?
Saldana is in Lion Shield though.
Yeah, I think I would want to go check out Saldana.
Saldana.
I don't know what I'm gonna say yet, so let's do somebody else's thing first.
Cool. We'll go to Halia, and if y'all want to pop in on the way out, we can do that.
Okay.
Cool. So y'all head down south. Halia is busy, like just barking orders, like giving direction. Like what was already a fairly busy. The Miners Exchange is one part bank, guild house, provisionary, like town hall. Like it's kind of where all the business of the town gets done. What was already a very busy center is now just bustling. Gnomes coming in and out, people like taking supplies in and out. She's like having conversations with what looks to be other like ambassadors from other like town. Like shit's popping off. Halia is, knee deep in it right now. But she cites you coming in, and she like gives you like one of the like a hey, like to you, to Tandoral, to like, as she's still like mid conversation, like, okay, I need to know an amount and when, like, just no shit, like mid conversation. As you walk up, she kind of gives you one of these, like okay, great. Well, as soon as you have an actual number, we can continue this conversation. And then turns to be like, what have you got for me? To Tandoral.
What have I got for you? I already gave you everything. What are you fucking talking about?
Do you say it like that to her?
Hang on.
Step out of
Tandoro
Josh's
says that in
shoes
his
for a
head.
moment.
So you guys all see Tandoro clearly say something in his head, and then he goes, "What are you referring to?"
She's like, the armaments have been fantastic. We're getting a lot of work done. Are we continuing to do more? I've got additional facts. Are y'all ready? Like,
Have you met the orcs that moved in to town?
you see that she like, it's like half smile. She's like, they're great. They've been training really hard. I'm sending people to them right now. They're great. I appreciate that.
I
Dojo's
funded their dojo to make sure that
Yeah.
they're able to properly grow. If you want to send someone over there to make sure that they're managing their books correctly and they're not doing anything shady, it's up to you, but they are doing it. So
You see that she actively doesn't call it a dojo. She just refers to it as like training center. Like,
I want to take one of my bullets and I want to toss it to her.
like roll me athletics.
Athletics? That's negative. What athletics for what?
Roll me athletics.
What the fuck?
I cast gust and blow it way off course. I'm like,
I shoot Jeb in the chest, right in the sternum.
Just bam.
Just, you want to see what my gun does and how you can use it to protect your town? Let me execute a member of my party. 11.
11. You go to flick it. This is purely for how cool it looks when you
Okay.
do this. Is what this is for. Like you're like, okay, and you go to like flick the ammo at her and you see that it just like hits her chest and bounces off and she's like, it's a waste of good ammunitions.
Do you even know what this is? Are you aware of what I'm using?
She's like, a gun?
Oh, you guys know what guns are?
That is anticlimactic intimidation.
I'm gonna give you a deep cut here, like Martin Lawrence in Black Knight when he holds the lighter up and they're like, "We already have fire."
That is exactly what just took place. She's like, it's a bullet. Why are you throwing bullets at me? Like, she literally, there's an anti-matter gun in Lion Coaster. Like,
I'm sorry.
Hey.
What did you just say?
she said, and if you continue to bring the things that I need, perhaps we'll have better armaments for you when you return. Go to Matilda's. We've got a few months worth of supplies. We need to get it up to the loggers camp. They are reinforcing Neverwinter. That city they've been recuperating for a long time. The loggers camp has been providing them with provisions. We've been keeping them stocked. We have not heard from them in a while. All you need to do, there should be a fairly simple task for such a group of adventurers as yourselves. Escort the cart of provisions up to the loggers camp. Make sure that you'll actually be visiting Jaden. Anyone is welcome to give me an insight check.
Is this Will Smith's son?
Or
Insight or what?
insight.
3.
I got a
Nat
17.
21.
Hell yes.
Mine was not Nat.
Also, I'm sorry, Jalen. Jalen. I wrote it down. It's Jalen.
So we're going to be escorting a group up there that's delivering stuff?
You're going to be escorting a cart of provisions, the drivers, and 2 ox. It's going to be a cart with it should be about 2 months of provisions for about 12 people for the loggers camp. You'll go see Matilda. She'll give you the rest of the information, the full rundown, the docket of information. I expect to see and as she says, you'll be visiting Jalen. You see a fucking nat 20.
Is this her boo?
You see that she speaks kindly, but with hesitancy. You see that there's a bit of she's enjoys that she's talking about Jalen, but you can see that there's some frustration there. You'll be visiting Miss Jalen Wester, which is Harbin Wester's half sister. You'll be so you'll need to get her signature, signing off on the provisions before returning.
Okay.
So head up to Matilda's. Any questions?
Yeah, I got a question for you. 1, how many people are taking this cart? And 2, in communications with the gnomes, I need you to procure parts to upgrade and make more pistols because I can make them. So I want to arm everybody with firearms if I can. But I also need to learn how to upgrade stuff. So if you can get me materials from them, I can do that for the town while also upgrading my own stuff.
She shakes your hand.
Done. We're headed to Matilda's.
Cool.
I'm headed to
Before we
Matilda's. I
leave,
just
like,
fucking just walk out.
while they're talking and stuff, like, Eris not like very loudly, but she's not like trying to whisper or anything, but she looks at Jeb, kind of tugs on his shirt, and she goes, "So Matilda said we had to come down here to talk to Halia, and then Halia is saying that we have to go back and talk to Matilda. Why did we come down here?"
That
Are you asking
good
this to
question.
Halia or to the group?
I'm asking to Jeb, but like clearly
loud
anyone
to
can hear.
everybody.
Yeah, like it's not like I'm trying to be. I'm just like, why did we have to come here? We were already at Matilda's.
It's the bureaucracy, the deep. You know what?
Tandora does one of those heel spins and does a 180 on one heel and keeps his motion walking back towards the group. Nope. Nope. No. 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 No.
Eris kind of snit like Jeb, like
it's all
all
smoke
like-
and mirrors.
the big O, and Eris is like, I don't know. I don't know.
Halia provides you with the full like not an itinerary, but like a docket of what all is required, and like this is the new stuff that's come in. Like, give this to Matilda. Like Matilda has the stuff. Halia knows what stuff needs to be given.
Mm-hmm.
So she
Makes no sense to Eris, and she's just like, okay, cool. I can go see Matilda.
It's just a bunch of political mumbo jumbo, if you ask me.
Yeah, mumbo jumbo. She follows Jeb out.
yeah, like he
Mumbo
folds this up, and she's
gone.
repeating.
She's lost.
Like, mumbo jumbo.
She's lost.
Like this Armswell just hopping down the street behind Jeb. Mumbo jumbo.
Mumbo jumbo.
Mumbo jumbo.
She's gone.
So
she is Winn Dixie.
y'all-
She's done. We lost her.
I'll leave Halia with the list that Matilda needs. Do you stop into Lion Shield or do you head up to Matilda?
I know that Snickers wants to go and talk to them, so I'll go with him into there.
Well, before we go in there, I want to pull Tandora aside and ask him for dating advice.
Hell yeah.
Yes. Yes. Hang on, let me get closer.
Can that be the name of the episode? Dating advice.
Dating advice.
Yeah, I'll make the
Ratman
change.
dating advice.
I'll make the change.
Josh.
Yeah, so y'all exit and you see that Sepple is just kind of like admiring, like oh yeah, they're really getting some work done. Kind of, you see that there's etching stuff on the shelves. Jeb and Eris are the first out, like, and she's just mumbo jumbo, like out. Sepple kind of is just kind of like bemused by that and just kind of chuckling, like mumbo jumbo, like follows. And then last to leave is Tandoral and Snicketch. As y'all exit, Snick, you kind of tug a little on Tandoral to get his attention as they're kind of continuing on their way.
Okay.
What's up, buddy? What you got?
He's gonna struggle with these emotions, just so you know. Want to talk knife cat? Huh?
Yeah, we
cat
can go
with
over
knives?
there. Yeah,
Mm.
well, we can go over there and talk to her.
What should I say?
What do you want to talk to her about?
Knives.
Okay.
I
Can
like
I
her
roll?
knives.
Can I roll something to see if I can
Roll
pick up on
insight.
what he's doing
Yeah,
or
roll
what he's
insight.
trying to tell me? Can I roll investigation instead, or what? Since this insight bullshit is I gotta say it's bullshit. That's a nat 20. Hands in
Fuck off.
the hands in the air like I just don't care.
Fuck
It's a nat
off.
20. You want to see it? I'll give you a picture.
I know. The reaction
go.
was pure. No, I believe you. I believe you. Nat 20. Nat 20.
For 22.
You nat 20 for a 22 on insight. Yeah, his vibe, his wording, you have never seen him like this is clearly he's like I want to talk to the knife cat.
Do you
Talk to
want
the knife cat.
you want Nightcat to be your romance partner?
Romance partner.
My romance partner. Do you
Not know this word.
are you interested in her emotionally? Is that what you're saying?
Don't know.
You see, he like gets. He's like
That
he kind of like
means
he's making little like
yes.
stabby motions in the air.
That means yes. Okay.
One stab but in different way.
Like you see that he needs to like be in his body. Like he's kind of like he's like trying to fidget, so he's just kind of like like his brain's working overdrive.
Yeah.
Okay, can I like really like pull him aside? Nobody's around. Like nobody can hear us. I want to like fully disengage from the group to make sure that no one can hear us.
Okay. Yeah, they have continued to walk off. Is anyone actively trying? If you are actively trying to listen to them, you will need to roll. Let me know, and you'll need to roll perception to notice that they have gone missing.
I'll cast invisibility and follow them.
I
You were the first out the door, so y'all are down the road.
I just start casting Mind Sliver
Jed's
into
stupid,
the
but he's not an
just to make
asshole.
sure.
Yeah. So y'all have fallen way back. Like they have continued to walk up the path. Like you have some good distance from the rest of the group.
Okay, Snickage, I understand what you're saying. You have feelings for this cat, for the knife cat. We'll call her Knife Cat. You have feelings for Knife Cat.
It's a really great name. Like first of all, band name called it.
Oh, boo! It was right there.
It was right there. You have feelings for her, and you want to talk to her more. You like her, like a girlfriend or a paramour. Trying to say words that he might understand as like relationship.
So there are no like women rat people. They have what are like they're like brood mothers. So they're just these like big bloated things that just vaguely look like a rat,
Like
and they just
queen
like
alien.
yeah, just like that. Yeah, so he has no concept of like dating. Like he's
worst.
only known his life in the sewers with the rats and as like a poor person in the streets.
You just
Okay.
know that knife cat makes him feel squiggly.
Yeah.
Okay, so you want to be better friends with the Knife Cat. Like how me and you are friends, you want to be friends with Knife Cat.
Yes. Why we make her
Wonderful.
come with us?
Make her? No. We can always ask, but she has a job in town. I don't think we can make her come with us. I don't think she will come with us. But you can always stop by and see her and tell her about your adventures. I'm sure she'd love. You saw her shoot all the arrows into the roof. She loves weapons. Tell her how much you like weapons, but ask her about what she likes and have her tell you a bunch of things. It's fun to just listen. So ask her some questions. We'll go over there. Just ask and listen. Smile and nod too, but not like a creep. Okay?
He's got full teeth, like he's
You are the
aggressively
most-
smiling,
You
like
are the most
stabbing, like
handsome.
Fucking coneheads, just like
or Stitch. Didn't Stitch do that in the 11th?
Yes.
Yeah.
You are the most
Um,
handsome rat. She's gonna be so thrilled to speak with you. Just go talk to her and
She's
ask
like,
her questions.
handsome, just stabbing the air, big smile, handsome.
This is genuinely adorable.
can I do like prestidigitation to clean him up? Oh no, I'm not even there. Never mind. I can't even comprehend what they're doing.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do anything to alter his. Let's see
I
here.
think he's confident.
I
Yeah.
will. Hang on. Round. Okay. Yeah, that's all I'm gonna. I'm not gonna do anything. I'll cast message on him if I need to send him messages if he starts to slip up a little bit to help him out. But
So you give him the other sending stone. So you each
I
have a
give
sending
him
stone.
I take the sending stone and I like reach into your hood and I like kind of like tie it up in some of the like fabric so you can hear it, and then I've got it. Yeah, Snickers, can you hear me?
Jumps up and slashes the air behind him.
Hey, buddy. Oh there. Oh, no, it's just your friend. It's just Tandoro. I put a sending stone in your hood. You can just hear me. It's all right. So we'll use this. If you need any help, I'll be listening in. If you need any help, I'll let you know. I'll give you some guidance. You'll
Well,
be all right.
well, after you explain all the rules and there's all these new different words, he's gonna get frustrated. No, don't want to talk to her. And I'm just gonna like march. You know, have you ever seen like a kid like angrily march off with like their hands balled at their sides? You know?
Yes.
Just stomping.
Yes.
Yeah, just stomp off, just because he's frustrated and confused and overwhelmed.
Oh,
Well, then,
okay.
Roll.
It was a good effort.
Roll. EJ, if you can give me a wisdom saving throw. Josh, if you can give me persuasion at advantage.
15.
Can you beat a 15?
Ooh, I rolled a 19 with my real d20.
Yeah, I just rolled a 19.
Oh, damn.
So, and y'all can play it how you'd like to, but letting the dice fall, like you are getting down in the dumps on yourself, like you're not feeling great about this interaction. You're feeling a little confused with that 15, but with a 19, like Tendrill's hyping you up. Like he's seen you get a little confused, and then he cuts it down to ask and listen. He's like, you know what? Ask, listen. How about that? Like, no other rules. Ask, listen. And so he, after all that, like, and he's hyping you up. He's like, great. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be easy.
Yeah.
We're talking. Like, so ask, listen.
Don't forget to show her your new harness. She's gonna think it's cool. Okay.
I'll try to talk to her next time we're in town.
Cool. So I was like, you can play it however you'd like to, but I just give you an extra opportunity.
Yeah, I want to talk to him about it again after I take some time to wrestle with my rat emotions.
Cool. Wrestle with my rat emotions. I love that sentence. Cool. So
I feel like that's a very relatable sentence. Like I have had that feeling for sure. Like this week.
Yeah,
Gotta-
same.
once I wrestle with these rat emotions, then I'll let you know.
Yeah.
Cool. So little kid stomps off. Tendrill's like, next time, buddy. Next time we're in town. You got it, buddy. So y'all catch up with the rest of the group, and then y'all head up north to Matilda's. So y'all catch up together. Y'all get to Matilda's. Greet you warmly. My favorite adventurers. How are you, darlings? Welcome back. Haley give you lists of things, all the things that I need to pack and give, and you take.
She gave us a lot of mumbo jumbo.
I slowly hand it to her.
You see her laugh. And she like gets a good chuckle about it, and then she is like, Halia does speak lots of mumbo jumbo. That is true. Like you see that she's also like not a fan of the bureaucracy, like respects Halia, but is like it is sometimes mumbo and jumbo.
I look over at Jeb like, you were right.
Like and knowing
Jeb goes up a little bit more in Eris. She's like, okay, this has been corroborated. Matilda said
tips his
that.
hat.
All right, maybe he's right. Maybe this is all just like, maybe it's all mumbo
Jeb is
jumbo.
gaining influence. His,
no.
his dragons aren't real club is growing.
Eris is gonna have to start making wisdom saving throws the longer they hang out with Jeb.
Canonically, Jeb has already influenced what Eris believes a dick is. Dicks are shaped like dragons.
That is true. That is true. Josh is like he can feel the rage growing inside. He's just like holding the list out to Matilda, just like shaking, like he can hear like him being like, and another thing about mumbo jumbo, like in the background as Eris is just like stomping around mumbo jumbo, and Jeb is like, now that he has like an ear to listening, it's like, oh, and let me tell you about like just popping off talking wild. Sepple, you like saddle up, you're like on like leaning against the counter, like kind of chatting with with Matilda as she's like gathering the stuff and like kind of admiring the like different things that she's got. She's kind of like y'all are just kind of chit chatting as she's like gathering items and like pulling stuff in, and she like
I do not ask her how high her butthole is from the ground.
roll deception, please.
she just passes Snickers a big old just measuring.
Trying to
She's like,
stealthily measure her butthole height from the ground without her noticing.
Deception. You're like, so with a 10, you're like trying to play it cool, but she can tell they're like,
I do not know.
Are you wondering about how high my butthole is?
it's written all over your face, darling.
I'm like looking at her butt and then looking at the floor and then looking at her butt and looking at the floor.
you can see that she, so with a 10, you didn't nat one, so you didn't just like scream like butthole at her.
Which is what I would have done in real life, like
Yeah.
for sure.
It was enough to not just scream the word butthole in her face.
Oh, good.
It was not enough for her to not think that you were checking her out.
Oh, that's fine.
That's a constant.
Yeah, she like kind of catch.
What specifically
wouldn't
I was
it be on the
thinking.
plaque though? Wouldn't the measurement be on the plaque on the wall?
The tallest butthole in town.
But Snitzel stole the plaque.
Yeah, so no one knows.
I don't
it
even
exists.
remember if we said any of this on camera or if we said this during the break.
Oh, I think we
hope
said
it
it
was
during the break.
I don't know what the hell y'all are talking about.
So.
Like, what the
God.
fuck is happening?
I mean, I wasn't like I've heard parts of these conversations before, and I can totally see it happening. But
somewhere along the lines, at some point, we came up with it being interested in how high are people's buttholes. If you were to measure butthole to ground, how far is that distance?
It's the truest measure of a person's
That
size.
would be Dummy and Mark. That would
I
be
was
Dummy
there for
and
the
Mark.
original.
That was where that came from.
That was yeah.
That was done.
So that was the brainchild of Josh and Brandon that has rolled into every campaign that we've done so far.
It's a valid question.
Valid
question. So that was we then broke into at some point. I think during the break we were like joking about who would have the highest butthole. It would clearly be Matilda. Oh, she has a plaque on the wall stating that like as like a number one like employee of month, but it's tallest butthole. And so we were saying that Snickage would have stolen that, and so no one actually would know about the plaque except for Snickage, which he obviously could not or would not relate to the group. So no one truly knows the Matilda has the tallest butthole in town. We're all just assuming. There's no numbers to back it up.
I'm cool with that being canon. I've got a great place for it.
So with that 10 deception, she catches you checking her out, gives you a wink, clearly not upset by it. Continues like packing up all of the things. She like walks with you all outside, and there is a large cart and two humans, oddly enough, walk up. And so that's Matilda, y'all walk out to the back of Matilda's provisions. It's all of y'all standing in front of the cart. She's finished loading up with the provisions. Is 2 humans and then the 2 oxen that are pulling the cart. Matilda walks over and she goes, "Okay, darlings, all things in here. Also, we have. Let me make sure." And she's like double checking the list, like going through things. She's like, "Okay, good. You've got this. You take this to Loggers Camp. Also, this is Vincent and Samantha. I expect they come back with cart."
What if they don't?
I expect they come back with cart.
Don't listen. You're super old. Don't play that shit. Don't play that
who
shit
are-
with me. What
who are you-
actually happens?
Who are you addressing when you say, "What if they don't"?
I'm addressing Matilda because she
Matilda,
says,
And
"What
who?
if it?" Just Matilda.
Right. Are you referring? Who are you pointing at?
I'm referring to the people in the cart. What if none of it comes back? What if just the cart comes back? What if only one of them comes back?
So
I need to know.
So she goes, "Oh, you misunderstand. This not Vincent and Samantha. This Vincent and Samantha." And she points to the ox.
What
She's like,
happens if Vincent and Samantha do not come back?
she leans in. She's like, "The humans are optional, darling." We lost Jeff. But yeah, she says the humans are optional, darling. She's like, "But Vincent and Samantha and my cart come back."
Oh my god! I'm gonna purposely kill these ox and burn this cart to the ground just to spite you for giving me an ultimatum that just doesn't have an answer. I hate this. Bye. They'll be back.
She's like, "I expect they will."
I'll put a bullet in my own mouth if I don't. Like, fuck. Put me in a corner.
she gets like very serious, but then she's like, as you mentioned, she's like, "But I have full confidence in you, darling. They will come back. No worries."
You are on one end of the spectrum, and then you're on the other end of the spectrum. I can't with you today. There's been too much going on. You're lovely. Sepple, I gotta leave. Can you just take over?
Snap.
She loves you so much. God damn it. I just walk out the door.
It's like, "Okay, bye, darling."
Sepple is just like, oh,
Eris is like, "What was that mumbo jumbo too?"
ah!
She puts a hand on Sepple's shoulder. She's like, "You will return them safely. It's okay. I'm not worried." She's like, "Samantha and Vincent, excellent. They get you there. No problem."
I'm petting the ox.
It's like, what happens when a dragon? I'm outside just like talking about what happens when the dragon lands on us and he fucking eats Samantha and Vincent and then we can't bring them back. Then what happens? What's going to happen to us? I'd like to know if I should go back to this town or not. What is even the point if they die? Like,
Does anyone address the humans that are standing at the cart while all of this chaos is ensuing?
Are they
Jeff
looking at
will
us?
say hello.
Yeah, they're very clearly standing there. Like they heard all of that. They heard Matilda be like, "The humans are optional." Like they're just standing like awkwardly. Like this is all happening within like 5 feet of each other. Like they're clearly standing there. Like Matilda doesn't give a fuck about these humans.
I put
I
a hand
guess-
on a knife and say,
Wait,
I'm
is this
sorry, I
an
interrupted you and my
anti-human
train of
society?
thought crashed.
Is this
Okay,
Is this an anti-human society?
Oh God, Jeff's
you're
a human.
harvesting humans?
Does everybody secretly hate me?
Tandaro's like, "Secretly."
It's not
just
because you're a
kinda-
human.
It's not because you're a human. Oh God.
You're welcome to roll insight, but from all your interactions with Matilda, you know that it has nothing to do with humans. It's just these these two humans.
These fucking guys.
Yeah, these fucking guys.
Eris walks
What
directly
looking
past
at
them without saying a word, and then goes up to like Vincent and Samantha and like starts petting and talking to them.
The humans like see you like walk past them, and they're like, oh, okay.
No eye contact, just straight
Nobody
forward.
nobody
I
talked to
leave.
the humans at all.
I
This
cast a
entire
ray of
time.
sickness on one of them.
Jesus Christ! They immediately shit their pants. They're like, oh no, it's gotta be one of these again.
Hey guys, I'm gonna need you guys to clean yourselves up. This is disgusting. I don't know why you guys would do this. This is gross. Clean this up. We got a whole trip together. Can you guys get your shit together, guys? Come on.
You look at the other one, like looks at them. They both kind of look at each other, so like, oh no,
I burn
okay.
another spell slot and cast ray of sickness on the other one.
Oh, they shit their pants. Oh no! You see that they both just like sadly like crawl, like get up to the like top. It's like old Western type where they like just get the reins. And they're just like, okay.
I cast a ray of frost on their doo-doo and freeze them to the sea.
Jesus Christ!
God.
When the
So-
dragon shows up and you have no fucking spell slots, you're gonna regret
I
it.
will make them poop their pants.
Vincent and
So-
Samantha are fucked with that. Your spell slot, sir.
Matilda
Ugh.
gives you
Fucking
another
odds
wave. She
anyway.
like does like the mom like hand on hip like good luck. Okay, I love you, darlings. Like very cheerfully waving, and then just like as Tendor looks back, like gives you like a serious like
I hold the gun to one of them like
and she like
uh,
you
uh, uh.
you see this actually makes her laugh pretty good. She's like, oh, his dark sense of humor. Okay, that's fine. I drop you in pit if you kill my oxen. Good luck. Bye bye. So y'all take off. Y'all start heading down. It is with the ox, it's about a 3-day trek. Y'all are going to be heading up to the loggers camp. She does also, on your way out, she does give you what looks to be a fairly expensive bottle of booze. Says if you'd like, on your way up, you can stop by my friend C. Falcon. He will put you up for an evening. You don't have to, but if you go by Falcon's Lodge, you say hello, you give him this. Otherwise, you go straight to loggers camp. Your choice, darlings. So you're gonna head north up to loggers camp. You are welcome to go to stop at Falcon's hunting lodge on the way there. It's about a 3-day trek. On the first, and we're gonna start wrapping up here in just a second. As y'all head out on the path, there is a defined trail up there. It has been pretty, like, you've heard tales of it's been pretty heavily pillaged. Like it's honestly more a harder trek currently to take the path than it is to like basically cut through the forest, because with these oxen, with y'all survivalist skills, like this would be a better idea, is just to cut through the forest to kind of a more direct path. And there are certain parts where you will just have, like, there isn't a path at certain areas. You will have to be cutting through the forest. Anyone is welcome to give me a survival check.
Ooh. Maybe.
Oh, I have +3.
That
4.
one.
Oof.
That one.
7.
7.
I've just been rolling like
10.
dog shit tonight.
10. Did anyone beat 15 on survival? 12. Cool.
I
Y'all.
eat a mushroom.
Yeah, yep, you sure do. The first half of the day like goes pretty well. The second half of the day, y'all kind of get a little turned around. The first, but then you kind of get on your, you stumble around a little bit, but then you get on your way. Y'all camp out for the night. The second day, y'all wake up early. Y'all start heading in. This is where you kind of get off of the path and more into the forest. About a half day's journey into the forest, you come to an opening, like a kind of a big glen. About 100 feet away from you, just kind of standing in the middle of the glen, is a large boar. Big hook tusks, standing in the middle of the glen.
Hamilton?
Might be Hamilton. What do y'all
Is
do?
there
as
a robot nearby?
No robots, just a boar.
Is the boar hovering 6 inches above the ground with a pair of bat wings?
Just standing.
Okay, we're safe. We can kill this one.
I mean, do we have to kill it?
It is a good like 150 feet away from
The
you.
last
currently.
time we saw a boar, not with this group, but the last time we saw a boar, we got a pet out of it. So, like, I'm just saying.
Can I shoot my gun off in the air to scare it away?
Oh,
You shoot your gun into the air. It sees you, startles, takes off into the woods. Cool.
Eris
So
gets
you're like Eris, you like jump down like you're gonna hang out with it. You just not. You're like we just need to fucking get there. Like you just like bang. Like no. Or takes off into the forest.
He was gonna be my friend. Ah!
Y'all take off. About another half day goes by. Y'all camp out. This can be like the last leg. Y'all are almost there. You're on the last path, heading towards the town. This will be before like the split where you can either go to the lodge or the Falcon's Hunting Lodge or just straight to the town. So cool. So y'all are down here at the bottom right. Let's see if we can. I'm going to zoom out a little bit and see the full map. This is also the first custom map. This is not.
Hey,
Look at you.
it looks
Yeah, this
so good.
this is not from the module. This is found this bad boy online. If you want to zoom out, actually. Cool. So yeah, so you see y'all's tokens down at the bottom right with the cart. Y'all can set your marching order however you'd like. Bum, bum, bum. As y'all are trekking along, you see two arrows whiz right over Jeb's head, thunk thunk, hit the side of the cart.
I'm sorry, repeat what you just said?
As you're walking, two arrows bury themselves into the side of the cart.
I point my gun in the direction that they came from.
One of them, another one barely misses Jeb, hitting like almost hits the driver. Both of the drivers like duck into the cart and the cart stops moving. You fire your gun, roll perception for me. Anyone is welcome to roll perception.
I got a 4.
16.
But
Nice.
before anything happens, when I see those two guys get down, can I tell one of those guys to get back up on the top of the horse or on top of the driver's seat, continue driving, and cast Sanctuary on him?
He is like okay and continues driving. That with that spell, it moves forward 5 feet. Jeb with a and we're wrapping up momentarily. Jeb with that 16. You see
Bonus action.
an archer hiding in the trees above you. And I'm gonna need everybody to roll initiative.
Bum, bum,
Hell
bum.
yeah. 22.
18.
I'm trying to select my character, and I'm not sure that I did it correctly.
I may need to
Oh wow.
edit her.
Cool, I rolled a 22. on both physical dice and digital dice.
Oh,
You can try again, sis.
she got a nat 20.
I'll go with the nat 20 things.
That'll work.
How much more advantage do you want her to have?
Um, Let me just. I'll just add your turn.
And this is like up on a cliff that we can't get.
That's
up
about.
to?
That's about 20. It's 20 feet in most areas, 30 feet in other. Like it's kind of a cliff, but it is. Yeah, it's going to be a climb. Like it will be an athletics or acrobatics check for sure if you want to try and get up there. Cool. So this is going to be, and I'll just prep this for next time. This is going to be push the payload, basically. Josh, that was a super fucking clutch move. With that sanctuary and you being like, hey, drive the fucking cart, he will be more motivated to do so. The other one is hiding. Basically, if they are like someone is near the cart or helping them, they will continue moving. The more people that are near or helping, the more it will move per turn. Up to 25. Basically, you will get an additional 5 per people that are near or helping the cart. The cart does have an AC. It does have an HP. You can lose the cart. Matilda will not be pleased if that happens.
Someone has
So-
mending. We're fine.
Yeah, which is always not like y'all have a lot of options of what
Somebody
happens.
has mending, right?
Hopefully,
I-
you do as this is all happening. You see several more arrows come dangerously close or hit the cart as this is taking place. Clearly more than one archer's worth of arrows. So we will come back to that next session, but that is just basically how this combat will play out. It will be basically push the payload, trying to either defeat all enemies or get across. Just y'all can like try and just gun it to the other side. Be like, fuck this, everyone hunker down, just get the shit to the other side, or try and fight your way out. Up to y'all. Cool. But we will handle that next session. Any questions before we wrap up for the evening?
This was a lot of fun.
Hell yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Can
so
I
excited.
use my my wizard's wand of pyrotechnics to like throw them off for disadvantage on like 3 charges, like with a bright flash of light to
Trying to like pop a
Just-
flare and have the missile
Right,
miss.
We can definitely. That is definitely something we can attempt during next session. Cool. So yeah, we'll be back either next Tuesday or Wednesday. We'll figure out which day is most convenient for folks. But we will always be playing this game either Tuesday or Wednesday. And then make sure that you're here on Fridays for Jess's game, for her lovingly crafted homebrew game. So we will see y'all Friday for then. Thank you for hanging out. Otherwise, have a good night, everybody.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.